Okay, let's get right to it here. This is the Coffee Cup Flash Form Builder. It's offered at coffeecup.com for $39. It's made my job a lot easier doing websites. We're going to assume that you've already built your form. You can start from scratch with a blank canvas and literally put text in there. If you look up here where I'm moving my mouse, you can put input boxes, text fields, check boxes, drop downs, radio buttons, lists, CAPTCHA keys, and so on. CAPTCHA keys are good because they keep spammers from filling out your mail form and flooding your email box. But we're going to assume you've already built the form. This is a very simple one. Get in touch, name, email, website, message, send message button. Now what? Well, if you're doing this on a design where your background is gradient color, or you've got an image back there, anything like that, it's always good habit to check this box right here that says transparent background. That way the image will only show up itself. There will be no background filler or color, because if you end up with a white background but the background on your website's black, it's going to look funky, and you don't want that. So you can check transparent background. The next thing you want to make sure of is that you hit Configure Form Settings, click this little Mail tab, and you want to type where it's going to go to. So we're going to put admin at helpinghandsgeek.com. You can also do a carbon copy if you want it to go to another email box, and you can do a blank carbon copy. But we're just, for all intents and purposes of this tutorial, we're going to just put one email address. We're not done yet. You also have to go to Form Submission. Check this out. You have redirect to website address or create custom page. If you click redirect to website address, you have to put in here where it's going to redirect them after they hit the submit button. And you have to have that page live on your server. I usually name mine thankyou.html. And then when they hit the submit button, they go to thankyou.html, and it says thank you for submitting your mail form. Somebody will be back in touch with you as soon as possible. La-di-da-di-da. Some people prefer just to do the create custom page, because this will literally create a thank you for your submission, as you can see in the code right here. And that's basically all it says. It's just a white page, says thank you for your submission. And for the purpose of this tutorial, we'll just leave it like that, because we don't have to make any extra pages on our website. Now you also want to go to Advanced. You always want to make sure that Fix for displaying active content is checked. This has much to do with the browsers. You want this checked because this is a flash mail form and you want it to debug. So you want to check that. The most important part of this is knowing what kind of hosting account you have. If you're using Linux hosting, you want to use PHP script for Linux servers. If you're using a Windows hosting server, you want to use ASP script. Because if you check PHP and you're using a Windows box, this will not work. Vice versa, if you check ASP and you're using a Linux box, it won't work, so on and so forth. So just make sure that you have the right one checked. Most people are on Windows servers. I prefer Linux, so I'm going to leave mine checked on Linux. I'm going to hit OK. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my mail form. And I have a default form already saved in there. You can make as many mail forms for a site as you want. I'm going to call this one test form. And you leave the .xml there. Don't touch it. Just leave it there. And then you hit save. Okay, now this box pops up. As you can see on the left, it made the BG. It's just a graphic, the background graphic. It's got the button graphic. It's got this SWF object right here, which is actually the Flash file. It's got the Flash form. It's got the PHP handler, and then the HTML page. You don't need to worry about any of this. It all got saved in your folder. All you want to do is copy this code right here. Copy the whole thing. And open up your web editor. I'm using Dreamweaver in this case. Go into the code where you would want it set. And in Dreamweaver, you can specifically click in whatever table or whatever area of the website you want it. Put your blinking cursor there like you see blinking here. And then go to Code. Control V will paste that coffee cup code for that mail form. You go back to design, you'll see form object in a big table. That's all you need. That's pretty much it. And once you save this and upload this to the server, you'll actually see this mail form on that page. I'll get rid of this. You'll see this mail form on your website. And you can test it by typing in your name, your email address, website, and the message, and hit send message, and you can go ahead and send that. A couple things I didn't cover, I'm going to actually backtrack just for a second. If you click on each one of these boxes, over here on the right you've got disguised text. You really only want to use that for password stuff. You can make it a required field where they have to type it out. If they don't and they try to submit it, then it'll tell them, sorry, you forgot a field. If it is an email address, you can put it's an email address field. By default, Coffee Cup software always puts maximum length 25. Not a good idea in email and website address fields. You want to raise that to like 70. Because a lot of email addresses are way longer than 25 characters. And if it's a required field and they can't type the whole thing in, then it just means you're not going to get the contact form sent to your email box. Same thing on the website. You probably want to make that 70 characters. Anything, basically it's common sense, anything that's going to require more than 25 keystrokes, you want to up that a lot. And the message box itself, maximum length is set to 0, which is default. That means it's unlimited. They can type as much as they want. So just make sure you do those couple things also before you save this file. Now in this case, since I had to go back and redo this, I'd want to go to save again, and I'd want to save over my test form right there. Yes, it exists. You want to replace it? I do. And recopy the code back into Dreamweaver. That sums up our Coffee Cup mail form builder basic tutorial. Thanks for watching.